Good morning, children. Welcome back to our English class. So, yes, children, today we are here for a special reason, and the reason is we are going to take revision for you. As you know, that your exams are going to start from next week, and that's your periodic assessment. So, you know the portion. You have two prose, one poem, one topic on grammar, and one composition. So, this week, what your teachers will do is we will take the revision for you. All right. So, we will start with your first lesson of English voice. Lesson number one, that's a new house. And as you know, this particular lesson was written by the author Neil Gaiman, and he was an English writer. Now, children, the story was really fantastic, and it was a story which actually kept us, engrossed in what is going to happen next. The reason is over here there's one character named Coraline, and Coraline is a young girl who has just moved in a new apartment with her parents. Now, student, as we know that Coraline decides to explore her own apartment one day, and she is especially very much intrigued by the door in the corner of the drawing room. And this particular drawing room was actually it has had an opening towards the brick wall. So one night while she was lying awake in her bed, Coraline hears a mysterious sound coming from down the hall. Now, she actually wanted to investigate and realized that the old door to the drawing room is slightly opened. After her exploration, she experiences few weird dreams, and the next day she experiences a very strange event. Now, Coraline wanted to know what is this all about and what was happening. So yes, student, when I taught you this lesson was actually liked by everyone, and it had a very different storyline as well. Yes, but the climax of the story is also very different. As I told you, this entire story in the form of movie is available on the Google, and also in the form of novel. This is available on the Google. So whenever you want, you can actually go through this story, which is a very big novel and album as well. So now students, what we will do is we will go through the short summary of this lesson and do a fast recap and understand the question answers, the keywords, and also the reference to the context of this particular lesson. All right. So let us start the summary first. So now children, let us start with the revision session. Coraline and her parents moved into a large old house with expensive grounds. The parents worked from home and give their daughter little attention. So as we know that Coraline and her parents, they had recently shifted to a new house, and the parents were actually busy doing their own work, so they couldn't pay much attention to their daughter. Now, Coraline is fidgety and in constant search of activities that will keep her involved and interested. So, Coraline actually was looking out for some activity wherein she can get involved, get interested because she was actually getting bored. So, on a particular rainy day, Coraline is especially restless because her mother will not let her explore outdoor. Now, as it was raining very heavily, her mother was not giving her the permission to go out and play. So, her mother told her that you can have a constant conversation, you can play with toys, you can play with the videos, you can watch the movie or television, and you can do some activities inside, but you cannot go outside. So finally, her father sets her an indoor activity, an indoor adventure. The reason is she was getting bored and she couldn't go outside for the outdoor activity as well. So her father told her, you can count everything which is blue in color. So she got very excited and she took a pen and a paper and she started counting everything which was blue in color in the house. She started counting the windows, the doors, and also hot water tank. She realized it was blue in color. Now, what happens next? While busy with it, Coraline discovers a bricked up door that aroused her interest momentarily. So, yes, while doing this activity, she came across a door, a brick wall, and she was wondering where this door goes. She asked her mother. Her mother said that during the renovation of the house, we actually had closed this door. So this door doesn't go anywhere. So that means when you open the door, there is just a wall, a brick, and it has been closed. Now, she is still not happy with this particular answer. So later at night, Coraline tosses about in her bed. Unable to sleep, she goes to inspect some strange noises that seems to be emanating from the hall. When she was trying to sleep, she could actually come across some strange noise. She couldn't realize what this noise was all about. There, she thinks she sees some bizarre black, shadowy forms move about. Yes, she could realize that she could see some shadows, some bizarre black shadows. And she was wondering what this shadow was all about and whose shadow it was, because she could also hear some strange noises. Now, Coraline notices that the door which opened onto the wall is still open, despite the fact that her mother had locked it in the morning. So, if you read the entire lesson, you will come to know, children, that her mother actually locked the door. But now, when she went over there, the door was open. Then she returned to her bed with more questions and answers in the mind. She dreams of little black shapes with red eyes and yellow teeth under the moon singing a creepy song. So that night she couldn't sleep properly because she could come across a lot of dreams. Dreams of little black shapes, dreams of shapes with red eyes, yellow teeth under the moon singing creepy songs. So she could listen to the creepy songs with the weird songs and lot of black shadowy faces. Coraline is disturbed in her sleep. Then she dreams of some unremarkable things and drifts off. So she keeps thinking about the dream and then she drifts off. She goes to bed. So here the author, the writer ended the story. But yes, this is the climax of the story, but this is not the actual climax of the story. The reason is in this lesson they have ended the story over here. But yes, if you go to the Google on the net, you can check that the storyline is something else. But yeah, in this particular lesson, they have mentioned that she went off to sleep. And this is the end, and this is the climax of the story. So, yes, children, we know that now, this entire story we have summarized once again. We have done a recap of this lesson in New House. So now what we will do is we'll go through few question answers as well, the keywords and also the reference to the context. So now children, let us go through the quick recap, or you can say a revision for the question answers. Now, as you know that when the teacher is asking you a question, you have to write the answer or frame the answer with the correct statement or sentence. Example I have given here: which television program did Coraline enjoy watching? I repeat the question: which television program did Coraline enjoy watching? So now children, you have to give the correct answer and frame the sentence with the correctly, without using any short forms. For example, you are not supposed to use just the answer, a natural history program, that's it. No, you have to frame a complete sentence. You have to state Coraline enjoyed watching a natural history program about protective coloration. Yes, so this is the correct answer. I repeat the answer once again. Coraline enjoyed watching a natural history program about protective coloration. Now let us go to the second example. What did Coraline have for dinner and why? Okay, the question is what did she had for dinner and why? Coraline had some microwave chips and a mini pizza, right? Coraline had some microwave chips and a mini pizza for dinner. Why? Because the teacher is asking you why. You have to give the reason, right? So the reason is because her father had made something from one of his personal recipes and she never liked them. So her father made something from his personal recipe which she never liked it. And that is the reason she had some microwave chips and mini pizza. All right. Now, let us go through the next question. Why was the big wooden door always locked? Why was the big carved wooden door always locked? What was beyond the door? Yes, I know that you know the answer, but you have to frame the sentence correctly and complete sentence. Now, the answer should be the big carved wooden door was locked because it did not lead anywhere. I repeat the answer. The big carved wooden door was locked because it did not lead anywhere. There was a there was a wall behind the door. Okay, there was a wall behind the door. So, why we're giving this answer is because the question is what was beyond the door. So, the answer is there was a wall behind the door. Okay, now the next question. Do you think what father suggested to Coraline was interesting and exciting? So, as we went to the summary, we know that her father gave her one activity in which she was actually supposed to get involved and count a lot of blue things in the house, right? So, according to her, it was a very interesting and exciting activity, right? So, how you will give the answer? The answer is yes. Father suggested Coraline an activity which was very interesting and exciting, but you have to give a reason. Coraline could explore the house and enjoyed the journey of listing everything blue and counting all the doors and windows. So as we know, she was enjoying this activity because she was actually exploring the entire house or the apartment. And while doing this exploration itself, she came across one wall, bricked wall, and she came across that door, right? So let us go through the next one. So now children, now quickly we will go through reference to the context. Now the first question is if you don't make a mess and you don't touch anything. So who said this and to whom? So we know the answer. It's Coraline's father said this to her. Second question, why did the speaker set this condition? What was the condition? The condition was don't touch anything, right? So now, father said this because the furniture in the room was very expensive and it is only used for special occasion. And one more reason is it was given to them by grandmother. Yes. Which place was the speaker talking about? So the speaker was talking about drawing room. So now children, we will quickly go through the keywords as we know that keywords are a very important part of the lesson and we are supposed to know each and every word properly so that we can connect it between the two words. Explore, it's very important and very easy. Explore means travel through in order to learn about it. Explore means when we are traveling and while traveling we are learning something. Stock market. Stock market means the business of buying and selling companies. Next, disguised means having changed one's appearance in order to conceal one's identity. So this word had come when Coraline was actually watching the television. Right. Next is expedition means a journey undertaken with a particular purpose. Blurring. Blurring means to become unclear. Now, there are few more keywords. Tarragon. Tarragon means a small leaf used to flavor European dishes. A small leaf used to flavor European dishes. Garnish. It's a food decoration. Garnish, a food decoration. Mutter. That means say something in a low voice. Say something in a low voice. Scuttled, run hurriedly, run hurriedly. Distorted, that means twisted out of the shape. Distorted, twisted out of the shape. Commercial means an advertisement. Commercial means an advertisement. So, yes, student, we are going to end this particular revision over here as almost everything from this lesson has been covered. Now, very important point is you are supposed to read this lesson again and learn the question answers. We have also given you notes, and today also we have done a small revision with the question answers and reference to the contest. So make sure, children, that you go through it properly, and wish you all the best for your examinations for this particular lesson. Soon I'm going to come up with part 2. That means lesson number 2 revision. Okay, so see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.